he's finished with his presentation. We are going to be getting, we're going to be breaking into small groups so that we get to know each other better. And then we will get back again. It's a short introduction, unless anybody else has anything else to add to this. Basa, do you have anything else to add? No? Madhu, do you have anything else to add?
No.
Okay. I am going to ask you all to please mute yourself so that if you, for any reason, get a phone call or whatever, as it happens, because we usually have our cell phone next to us, that you can continue to hear the presentation. Thank you. I know it's a busy time. I'm glad to see everybody healthy. Continue to keep yourselves healthy. And Alonso, it's all yours.
Okay, thank you, Alicia. I would introduce myself, but I asked to my friend Dave to do it.
Okay, very good.
I'm thrilled to be able to introduce Alonso to all of you. He's become a friend over the years. We did a group friendship exchange to Brazil, and then he has come to Nelson, British Columbia, Canada, and visited us. But so I'm sort of reading this, so my apologies to all. Alonso is 64 years old. He's a civil engineer, and he graduated to become an engineer in 1979. As a passion, he became a travel agent in 2000. Rotarian since 1990, club president in 96, 97, district governor 2006, 2007, ITHF member since 2015. His company, Brazilian Travel, organizes groups to whole of Brazil, South America, and especially Peru and Argentina. They have made more than 160 expeditions in 25 different countries. Alonso can communicate in 6 different languages, which is a great tool for his company. Vanya, his wife, is an arts teacher, and she also is a travel guide like him. Alonso and Vanya got married in 1981. They have 2 sons, 1 daughter, and 3 grandkids. Professionally, is proud to say his travel agency theme is true. We travel with you. He is a kind of travel agent who guides the client personally, and we can vouch for that 100%. So here is Alonso.
Dave, thank you so much for your kind attention to present me. Guys, I would like to share Madhu. Should I? Okay, now I am co-host. I would like to share my screen. Okay. Let's speak about the trip we organized to visit Brazil next the end of this year. All the dates you're gonna see there. The arrival will be in November 5th in São Paulo GRU airport, and the tour will finish in Rio de Janeiro on November 19th, 22. So if you guys are coming to Brazil on that date, so you organize your flight from your destination to Brazil to arrive GRU airport on November 5th till noon. If you need to be here afternoon, I recommend you to arrive on the day before. And the date return to your hometown is from Rio de Janeiro on November 19th. So the timeline, you will be welcomed at the airport, and then I will guide you to your hotel in São Paulo. Okay, after your arrival in São Paulo, I will guide you to the São Paulo city center, and we'll spend all night, but we will not waste the day. We have a bus tour around the city of São Paulo, and at the end we have a steakhouse. You will see how Brazilians prepare a meat as a barbecue. After São Paulo, we by bus or by small bus, that depend how many members we have. We drive to Bauru. It's about 4 hours by car in a good road, and that's the kind of device we use for the transportation from São Paulo city to Bauru. That's the kind of roads we have between São Paulo to Bauru. It's a very nice place, nice landscape. It's a very good opportunity to know the inland in Brazil, especially in the São Paulo states. After this, we have, we have one day in a Rotary Friends in Bauru. You will not stay in a hotel. We're going to be in a Rotarian family for one night. And on the next day, we have a botanic garden, also the zoo in Bauru. Bauru is a very small town. It's my hometown. It's about 400,000 people, and it's a very hospitality city, and I'm sure you'll love. David, I guess you came to Bauru when you visit us, right? Okay, very good. After one day family, we have a tour from Bauru to Iguaçu Falls. It's about 9 hours by bus as well. That's the kind of place is Iguaçu. Iguaçu is the border between Brazil, Argentina, and Paraguay. And on that place, we visit all the countries. It's a very, very large cascade in Brazil. And we have a chance to visit the full moonlight rainbow. It's a different spectacle that we can see that if the weather allow us to see, because we must have the full moon appearing and all the light from the sun reflected on the moon will provide us a rainbow in the waterfalls. It's a very nice show. In that place, we also visit the bird park. It's not like a cage of birds. It's the place they take care of birds. They fly inside. It's not a cage, but it's an environment prepared for birds. Again, we have the Argentina side where we walk close to the cascade. Again, in Argentina side, we have a chance to go very close. Also, we can shower. We have a shower from the falls. That's the kind of show we see in Iguaçu Falls. It's a Latin show. They perform music from whole South America, also from Mexico. Offshore, of course, the last performing will be the Samba Dance, the carnival. After Iguaçu Falls, that's the kind of hotel we're going to be in Iguaçu. It's a Nadai hotel. It's a very comfortable hotel, and after this we take a flight from Iguaçu Falls to Manaus. That's a Brazilian map. It's so far away. It's about, if we fly straight from Iguaçu to Manaus, it's going to be like 4 hours flight. It's like crossing whole Europe. But we have a connection in São Paulo or Rio de Janeiro. We don't know yet, but we have one connection before to reach.
Yeah. I don't have long to travel.
In Manaus, when you arrive,
Never been to South America.
when we get there, we go first to the city where we can see the kind of tapioca. Tapioca is an Indian food made of we call mandioca like yuca or yuca is a yuca flour, and that's yuca. I'm not sure if the name in English is I think it's yuca. So it's a root, it's a Brazilian food. We also see we also eat açaí, which is a coconut. We're gonna see the fish of Amazon, and we see all the dishes they offer to us. After city, we take a cruise. It's I call yacht. Is a Helio Gabriel is a cruise through the Amazon River. We go first to the meeting of the waters in this kind of cruise, and I show you how is a very reserved tour only to us. We don't mix other people, only Rotarians in the tour. That's the kind of drinks we offer in the tour. The hotel in Manaus is a very, very nice hotel. It's family hotel, but very comfortable. The first stop in the river when we go to the jungle is a tribe ceremony. They offer us the ritual for matrimonial, also the celebration for the life and the forest life. We also have a chance to see many handcrafts they sell to us. They live as a native. Of course, it's a performing because they speak Portuguese to us, but they also keep the sense of nature with them. The first place we go in the river is the meeting of the waters. Is the place where the Solimões River, which came from the Peru, from the Andes, joined the Black River. And the water keeps together, but separate for a long time for many reasons. We see all the reasons when we get there. Again, after the natives, we have a chance for bird watch. We also have Cayman or alligator focusing on the night. We go hunting. Of course, it's very safe because, as you can see, our guides control everything, but you have a chance to touch. It's very safe because the mouth and everything, our guides care of that. Sloth is another kind of animals, monkey, apes, many things. That's wild animals. All the animals in Amazon is wild. We never hunting or arrest animals with us. It's not allowed. That's a pink dolphin, a kind of trees. Lily path, it's we call Victoria regia, is a kind of vegetation we see in Amazon. Birds and everything. To go, let's go back here. Everything we see in Amazon, we use our canoes because the river is very shallow. The creeks are very shallow. Amazon River is huge and big, but the creeks are very shallow. And to reach the lands, it's necessary canoes instead our big boat. The landscape in Amazon is amazing, guys. Well, you're gonna see that. Again, the meeting of the waters and the pink dolphin. Again, the flight from Amazon, we fly to Rio de Janeiro. That's the Sugar Loaf on the beginning of the Guanabara Bay entrance, and the Redeemed Christ the Redeemed in Rio de Janeiro on the Corcovado Mountain. That's the most famous beach in Rio de Janeiro, is Copacabana Beach. It's the other side of the bay, the Niterói, the Museum of the Contemporary Arts. On the background, you see the Sugar Loaf again. That's the Tomorrow Museum, Museu do Amanhã. It's in Rio de Janeiro. That's a stairs from Santa Teresa Convent. That's our program starting on November 5th, and everything is described what we do day by day, and also all the food, it's included on the package. It's important to have food because it's a way to interact the land and the culture. All the prices is described there. I will not take so much time explain that. If you guys are interested, after you can talk to me and I can send all the details for you. It's one night in a Rotarian home, 11 nights in the hotels, plus 2 nights in the Amazon River yacht, and all the meals and transfer, everything is included for you to see and go deep inside Brazil. I would like to thank all my tour committee, all the members who helped me to organize the virtual tour. You guys are invited to come to our virtual tour. Also, I would like to thank ITHF Tour Committee, all the members, Bala, Sheila, and many others. I will not nominate because I could make some mistakes, but I would like to deeply thanks all my fellow Rotarians who have a chance to show you Brazil and to exchange with Rotarians around the world. Especially Madhu, the lady who is omnipresent anywhere and always is with us helping in our virtual tour. So thank you so much. If you guys have a question, I will be here to help you.
Thank you very much, Alonso. Thank you so much.
So I have a question. What's the national drink of Brazil?
The national drink of Brazil, it's called caipirinha. Do you know what means caipirinha, Sheila?
No.
Caipirinha, caipira, it's a country people. That's caipira. Caipirinha is a little country people. So why we call caipirinha? It's a kind of lemon, sugar. We smash the sugar and the lemon. Then you add cachaça. Cachaça is a kind of rum. Is a sugarcane distillation, alcohol sugarcane distillation. So it's a cachaça. And then you add ice and shake as a cocktail. That's the caipirinha. For sure, you're gonna taste caipirinha in Brazil many times.
Dangerous stuff.
A little bit, Dave, not too much.
Could you take off the share screen so we could see more of the participants?
Sure. Sorry about that.
So
Okay, how can I do that? Okay, stop share. Okay.
Hi, Alonso. It's Linda.
Hi, Linda.
I just want to tell you that I was looking through pictures the other day of, we went to most of these places except we missed the falls, didn't we? But we went to the others. And my favorite picture is you and me doing a presentation where I'm saying it in English and you're saying it in Portuguese.
In Portuguese.
Yes, it was a wonderful way it worked out together, and it just was really an important part of the tour was the working with you. So thank you.
Okay, thank you for comment, Linda. So I would like to say, you, Linda, you have like 20 years renewal. I didn't recognize you. Now I can see your name. You were like, you were doing like Benjamin, what's it, Button. You were becoming young year by year.
Alonso, there's one question from Diana. Where can we access the trip details?
You guys from ITHF received a message for that, but you can write down your email here in our chat, and I'm pleasure to send you.
What's your email?
My email, I would write down here on the chat, and you guys would contact me. Okay.
So Alonso, I'm wondering, I know a lot of people are still hesitating about travel. What is the drop dead date that you need to know whether people are going to go?
Good question, Sheila. Would be November 31st, but I understand the problem we have today, and I would postpone that for more 30 days. So February 28th will be the deadline to apply. After deadline, we have more 2 months to check the situation. I will not charge you for 2 months since we have enough number. Also, we have sure this COVID situation around the world is fine. After 2 months, I will start to charge. Today, we have 5 couples, so we have already 10 members applying for the trip. Sandra has a question or a contribution, please.
Before Sandra asks, I'll just share the question from Leslie. So Leslie asks, what are the COVID vaccination requirements for entry to Brazil? What are the current quarantine requirements should you contract COVID?
The situation today is not necessary to have a vaccination, but of course we strongly recommend. 82% of Brazilians are vaccinated today. And it's a good numbers. That's why our situation inside the country is very nice. We don't have too many troubles in spite of the Omicron make the number of cases raised a little bit, but it's not a problem yet. But to get inside Brazil, the North Americans in general, you don't need visa. Also, Europeans, you don't need a visa to come to Brazil. I'm not sure about New Zealand and Australians. If you guys, Ian or someone else from Oceania would ask this question, but I think you don't need visa to get in Brazil. But for COVID requirement before arriving in Brazil, you must to show to the flight company the PCR test. That's the only requirement you need to come in.
Can I ask my question now?
I guess Valsa, Sandra is online.
Okay, I have a question and a comment. The comment is, we came to Brazil for the Rotary Convention a few years ago. I don't remember what year it was.
2015.
Okay, 2015, and we took the tour, the ITHF tour then. So we've seen some of these places, but I want to tell everybody Brazil is an amazing place. So if you can, you should definitely go see it. And Iguazu is just mind-boggling. But my question now, I think you just said you don't need a visa. After in 2015, after we had committed to go to the convention, we found out that we had to get a $400 visa, and we had to send our passport away, which meant we had to go to the additional expense of getting a second passport because we were traveling to Mexico and we're afraid that our passport wouldn't come back from Brazil. So has that situation changed?
Correct, Sandra. When you came in 2015, it was required a visa for North Americans, but 2 years ago, Brazilians decided there is no more necessary, no
Good.
requirement for Americans and North America.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay. Can I ask? Or
Oh,
would you like?
okay, okay, Doug has a question as well, but Valsa, please, you are online.
Okay, thank you. Wonderful presentation. I'm looking forward to visit Brazil. I have a doubt, Alonso, regarding the visa. Would you help us, or we apply directly, and how is it? Some of the organizers help with the visa, you know, how does it
Yeah,
work?
maybe
I have an Indian passport.
everyone has to check before, but I guess visa is not a problem. But it's wonderful if you check before.
Oh,
But I also would like to make a comment about Valsa. Valsa is coming with us in the tour, and she would like to offer a yoga class during the tour. Is it right, Valsa?
yes,
Very good. And we collect money. Of course, you have to pay for the classes, and we collect money. And with that money, we will help school community inside the Amazon River. Very good, Valsa.
thank you.
Doug, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have
Go
a
ahead.
There's
question.
a question here from Doug
Okay.
Bickerton.
Thank you. I'd like a question. Alonso, do you have a website on which these details are posted? Or could you send us could you give us an email so we can get them that way?
I used to have before the pandemic. Now it's offline, but I promise to reestablish very soon our website. But I'm able to email you and to send you all the information, picture, and everything.
What's your email so I can send it? My
I
email
wrote there in the chat, and I can do it again.
Okay.
Doug, all the details were in the last edition of Connections, the December edition, and I think they're on the website, the ITHF website.
Oh, all right. All right.
Yes,
in
they
connections-
are. Sheila has said correct. And so please, I would request all of you to check on the website.
Okay. Will do.
On the chat, you see my email address.
You have another question here, Valsa Faye Campbell.
Hi, Alonso. As I said to you before, one of my main goals is to go to Bahia. How would I get to Bahia after your tour?
To Bahia, from where are you from, Faye? From Canada? Canada. So flights from North America, you must arrive, I guess, Rio and Sao Paulo. That's the only way. And from there, you fly to Salvador, the capital. So if you have dates, if you have your program, feel free to send me, and I'm pleasure to help you and make all the orientation for you to have a best tour in Salvador and Bahia.
Okay, so I could do it before or after your.
It's up to you. Yeah, if you decide to go so our tour starts on November 5th. If you would like to be there for 5 days or 3 days, no problem. When you arrive in Sao Paulo, I will receive you there in advance. So then you fly to there, and then we meet again to start the tour. No problem.
Okay.
Or at the end as well, if you decide as well.
So it's a flight from Sao Paulo to Bahia.
Right. From Sao Paulo or Rio de Janeiro, if you do on the end. From Rio, you go to Bahia.
Yeah.
No problem.
Okay.
I will do all the complimentary or addition tour if you want to do before or after. I can organize for you, no problem.
Okay, great.
Alonso, the next question for you is, what are your thoughts on adding additional days at the end of the trip? Of course, we will pay the extra cost.
Sure. That's what I explained to Faye. If you decide to do, at the beginning when you apply for the tour, I charge you the tour I'm offering. So, but sometimes you decide to arrive one day before, so you need one more night in São Paulo, for example. If you decide to be 1 or 2 nights over more in Rio de Janeiro, no problem. Everything you want to do, I will quote to you. I send you the price, and you are able to manage and extend your tour according your program.
You can always come to Bahia with me.
So if you or more people wish to go to Bahia, I will find Rotarian friends there to host you there, to receive you there, and show all the best of Salvador.
Good.
Okay.
My question is, I have a question about paying, Alonso. It's
Okay.
Denzel and June here in Ottawa, Canada, just a few kilometers from Faye, probably. Can we pay in your local currency? I often find it's cheaper just to pay in the local currency.
Good question, Doug. All the package you pay in American dollars, so you use your credit card to do. But when you are in Brazil, our currency is reais, real. But when you come, I recommend you to bring American dollars. That's the best way. If you come to Europe, I recommend you to bring euros. But if you come to North America, I recommend, it doesn't matter, Canada, Mexico, anywhere. If you are in Europe, bring euros. If you are all over the world, American dollars is the best way to exchange and pay in our currency, money on the street and everything. But if you have your program, extra program, everything you can pay directly to me and using your credit card.
Do you have inter-branch banking if I were to open an account in Brazil? So I could draw from different banks or different branches of the same bank.
I used to have American account. If it's a problem, I also can manage that, transferring the money to US, and then I take the money here, no problem. It's easy to manage that as well.
Okay, thank you. I have 40 years ago, I was in Brazil and on the Copacabana, on Ipanema Beach, and I was there with the Financial Planning Association, actually the only Canadian to be amongst 40 Americans, actually. That was in 1980. So we spent 3 days in Rio de Janeiro, and we weren't robbed. That was great.
40 years ago, wow. You was like 5 years of age.
Thank you.
But Brazil has been changed a lot in 40 years. I'm sure we are better than 40 years ago, but it was very nice in that time as well. I remember like 80 something. Brazil was still a military government, maybe. Yeah, it was the finish of the Brazilian government, military government. Okay.
Doug has a question.
I have a question. What was the deadline date for us again?
February 28th.
Okay.
28th.
Just for your interest, Alonso, the temperature here tonight is -17 right at the moment. That's Celsius. For the Americans, that's 0 in Fahrenheit terms.
Wow.
What's your temperature down there, and what will it be when we're there in November?
So right now, I am wearing white lace, but I assure you, outside is like 42 Celsius degrees. In October and November, it's quite the same like we have today, because we are on the middle of summer, and November is the end of autumn, end of spring. end of spring and beginning of summer. And the temperature is like 35, 37 Celsius degrees, even on the night.
Okay.
Let me explain to you something. I had a question from Zeph, and who sent me a question was Zeph. Is Zeph there? I saw. Oh, he's there.
Yes, I'm here.
Oh yeah. So
Only
I would
Thank you.
like to Zeph made the registration red, and during the process I received a question about if the cancellation policy will be applied for that kind of business we have. So if the problem of cancellation is the pandemic, of sure we will find a way to postpone the tour and make the tour safe for everybody. But if you guys have a health trouble or pandemic trouble personal during the tour and you are not able to come, we are able to make another day for you, not another tour for you because the tour is only one, but all the money you pay in the tour, you guys can use to do another kind of tour in Brazil. But if you guys want your money back, of course, you pay all the tour and I send you money back for sure. You have a fee to pay because all the cancellation will be in process, and to return the money to you, I have some costs. But I can explain to you everything during the process we make all the agreement.
How much room do we have for how many people?
Oh, good question, though. The tour will not be bigger than 40 people, like 20 couples. For sure, you don't need to be a couple, but the tour will be no bigger than 40. The reason is the pandemic. Before the pandemic, I used the number 55 because our buses for transportation has 55 seats. But at this time, I decided to do only 40. If we have more numbers, I'm able to do 2 tours, or we can make 1 tour now and another one in another date.
Are you saying the tour is only for couples? Because I'm not a
No.
couple.
I mentioned couples, but I recommend that the tour has to be for 2 because it would be a mother and a daughter, or a mother and a son,
Or a friend.
or a friend, no problem. Because when you share the room, the price will be better for you. Sure, we charge a single supplement. It's a little expensive if you come by yourself.
Yeah. So can we print this itinerary off from the website?
No, but I'm pleasure to send you if you send the message to me. And
Okay.
Madhu, do we have all the email for all the participants in the?
Yes,
in this?
I do have it because they all registered, so I do have their email.
Great.
So I
So
can
you sent
always
to
share
me,
with you. Yes.
right? And I send for all of you, no problem.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. Diana has a question. Alonso, do you offer travel insurance as part of the tour package, or do we purchase that separately?
Good question. I don't care about insurance because you guys come with your insurance. One thing is included in your package when you travel with me. It's the COVID tests. We can do up to 4 COVID tests included in the package if necessary. It's not mandatory that I must to have 4 PCR tests or antigenal tests during the tour, but I need to have that kind of tests during, because we have flight. We also have many situations we have check if everyone is safe to travel with. I don't know what will be the recommendation about COVID and pandemic in November. But I guess 4 tests will be enough to check if all the participants are able to travel as without risk for the others.
I assume that everybody has to have at least 2 COVID shots.
Or 3.
3. I have 3.
I had 3 already.
Yeah, but you must have, everybody must have at least 2, I assume.
Yeah, it's a good idea, but according to Brazilian law, it's not mandatory that the participants have COVID. Of course, I strongly recommend that everybody come with a COVID vaccination. But according to law, I cannot oblige my clients to have the vaccination.
Okay. I have a question, Madhu. If the question answer session is over, we are going to for breakout session.
Yes,
After
we
the-
can do that. If there's no more questions for Alonso, we can do the breakout sessions.
I can't.
I have a quick
I guess-
testimonial. So we did the group friendship exchange, but when that finished, and that finished in President Prudence, then Alonso arranged for us a tour to Rio and a tour to Iguazu. And so we vouch for the integrity and the completeness of all of his preparation. We saw the movie or the program in Iguazu. So it's a first-class operation, and we enjoyed it immensely.
Thank you so much, Dave. Thank you, Wendy.
And I'd just like to make a comment too. I think the first ever Rotary Friendship Exchange that I was on was to Brazil, but to the district next to Alonso. For that matter, he learned from that district. But I can just say the hosting was absolutely fabulous. The people were fabulous, but it is very hot.
Thanks God, I have a good promoter. Thank you, Sheila. Let's go, Madhu.
So Linda, will you go to Bahia with me?